Welcome to Geeks Corner. I'm Mr. Daps.
I'm Katie.
And we're so excited that you're here on the first night where we were almost in a tsunami watch. Who would have guessed? What a weird night. Hopefully everybody's safe.
We were under a tsunami watch.
But it just got dropped. So
it does look like it just got dropped, yes.
That looks like it's good news for Southern California. And hopefully everybody else is safe as well, wherever you might be watching this show. But what should people do, Katie?
You should... subscribe.
Wherever you're watching or listening to this, subscribe. Very good.
You should also subscribe on Patreon.
Yep, go find us on Patreon.
Patreon.com/DapsMagic.
We have a new idea that might be a lot of fun.
And yeah, like a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
And 3, you should participate in the conversation.
Join the chat.
Because we have a section at the end where we specifically talk to the comment section.
Exactly. Very good. You did it.
Thank you. I panicked.
It's okay. You'll get this. It's interactive right now. But first things first, as with every week, it is time to talk about Muppets.
Thanks, Daps. Mr. Daps. Thank you, Mr. Daps. Thanks, man. Thanks, Mr. Daps. Thank you, Mr. Daps. Thanks, man.
So nobody called this week. What is it? The Screaming Goat?
Screaming Goat.
Screaming Goat, which the moment I saw it, I was like, are you kidding me? Are we reaching that far into the depths of Muppetdom to pull out the Screaming Goat? So with the help of our dear friend Clocky from Sent from Disneyland, we now have a list of all of the Muppets that have been on the Muppet of the Week. Look at that.
Wow.
So Muppy Clocky put them into a database, and then I made this graphic for the Muppets of the Week. So Katie, and if you're in the chat, whoever would like to guess as well, who do you think will join the Muppets of the Week fandom wall of fame?
I think is crazy is that Baby Skeeter has been a Muppet of the Week, but regular Skeeter has not.
And then is Baby Kermit gonna be a Muppet of the Week?
Yeah.
Like does that open the door to all the Muppet babies?
I am gonna say, because I was just about to ask, like, oh, has this XYZ been?
This is hopefully gonna help with that.
I am gonna say the Baby Muppet, but not like a Muppet baby.
Oh, the Rogan one.
Rogan.
Okay. Yeah.
We have been watching The Studio on Apple TV Plus. And absolutely every time I'm watching it, all I can think of is the little baby Muppets running around going, Rogan.
Okay. Bailey says Uncle Deadly.
Okay.
I think that's a good choice. Like, I'm gonna stick with Bobo the Bear. I'm very hopeful that as we continue on, we do get a Bobo the Bear at some point. Because honestly, he deserves it. He doesn't get enough love from the Muppets. Yeah. But next week will be week 50.
Whoa.
So that means there's about 20 more of these, I think, left.
That's kind of crazy.
Do you have any thoughts on who might be the Muppet of the Week, Katie? We're back on camera too. Muppet News Guy would be good too.
Yeah.
I think he's loosely related to Egon, maybe.
I
think they're like cousins twice removed.
I always think that him and Egon are very loosely related, but related nonetheless. Wow. I was literally trying to do the math in my head when you asked the question, because I was like, 20 weeks. That means that we do have another Christmas for this.
Sure.
So, I think.
Probably.
So like, well, because 20 weeks is roughly
be right around the end
months.
Of the year. Yeah.
So I'm like, are we gonna get more Muppet Christmas Carol? Because we've only had the Ghost of Christmas Present. So it's like, I really hope not, because Ghost of Christmas Past scares me. Is it a common thing?
Ghost of Christmas, like the little
the
little
kid.
ghost girl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Spooky.
I thought I heard it and then I was like, wait, do you mean Ghost of Christmas Future? Or
no.
Okay.
No, I don't. I knew exactly what I was talking about. Why does she talk like this?
Okay.
Why is she weird and scary?
Ethereal.
I would not say ethereal. Ethereal has a positive connotation.
See, and I think I don't know.
I think Ghost of Christmas Past is scary.
Okay. Anyway, who do you think is going to be this week's?
I already said the Baby Muppet.
Oh, the Baby Muppet. Okay, so that is okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
The baby.
That's fair. All right.
Because we're going weird enough. Like, why not?
Yeah.
Why not say the baby
why
Muppet?
not? Go for baby Muppet.
Go for it. I don't even know what those things are actually called.
What do you mean you don't know?
What is like their government name from the Muppets?
Baby Muppets.
Baby Muppets.
That seems reasonable to me. Like I feel like very possible.
I swear. So Tiana is like half blind, but I swear when we're doing Geeks Corner, I swear she can see herself on the TV.
I think she smiles at herself.
Look at she's smiling at herself right now.
Yeah, I don't know. She's ridiculous. That's what she is.
She's so happy.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
She just wants people to pay attention to her.
It's true. All right,
like
let's move on to the next show. Next show.
Bye, guys. It was great having you.
Over the weekend, Fantastic Four arrived in theaters, but they also arrived in the Disneyland Resort. In fact, they arrived with our good friend Herbie. First, though, we're going to give you a look at the Fantastic Four as they are seen in the parks right now. Katie, what do you think of the Fantastic Four?
I am going to say something that is just a overarching statement. And it's not necessarily just about this, but it is partially about this. You are always at a disadvantage when you are portraying somebody to look like a real person.
It is hard, especially like the hardest to me is Pedro Pascal.
Agreed.
I'm like, that's I almost feel bad for that. Like,
it's really difficult.
It is.
And so I think.
What would you do instead?
I wouldn't.
You just wouldn't?
I probably just wouldn't.
Okay.
I probably would have been like, I don't even know actually. Or unless it was like comic versions of them, like if
which this kind of could be
if Disney released comic, like Disney Marvel. Anyway.
Okay.
Anywho, all this to say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Which one's your favorite?
The Thing.
The Thing.
Because he looks like the Thing.
I think so.
I also, and it's just gonna sound like I'm being super negative. I think this is a super cool thing. I'm really glad that Disney did it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. The other thing is I just don't think that the costumes are interesting enough for me to be like.
I actually like them. I like how simple and like to me, they remind me of, I mean, I hate to say it, but the retro futuristic thing, like it totally
I've heard of the retro
nails that. Like it to me looks like it could have come out of a 60s movie with Don Knotts or something.
No, it reminds me of like
or Leslie Nielsen or any of those.
The Space Couple.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I actually think that's great. I think also that's one of the reasons people are so like, oh, they should do this in Tomorrowland because it does have that nostalgic, like this is when we thought the future could be great. And I think there's something to be said for thinking the future could be great and maybe in unreasonable ways. And that's not a bad thing. What is a great thing, though, for sure, like no doubts about it, is Herbie.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this.
Oh, that dress is so cute.
How can you not smile with that?
I love him.
And he's balancing on a ball.
That's actually, I was just watching in like amazement. I was like whoa.
Like I don't know, the engineering feat that is just blows my mind. And I'm sure it's probably related to the BDX droids in one way or another of how it learned to do that. But he interacts with people, he talks with them. Like it's crazy. Like I shot another short upright video and completely different. Like it's insane.
Also, I was not saying that I don't like the Fantastic Four costumes. I do like the Fantastic Four costumes. I just think when you're bringing something to the parks, I think it was just basic for a Parks character costume. Anyway, much like who was it?
But if it's the same as the movie,
Was it America Chavez?
well, hers are very
I was just like,
where she could just be a person walking.
I was like,
around.
oh, that's just
No, I think these are great.
No,
But
I like
Herbie's even better.
I love Herbie. Herbie makes me just want to pick him up and hug him. I do think he sounds a lot like Wally, which is funny because.
But the thing is Herbie's actually saying real words. Like Herbie,
So was Wally.
But I feel like he even more.
I'm kidding. Yes, I agree. Wally just has that like puppy like aspect about him. And anytime a robot is puppy,
I would be completely fine if Herbie and the Fantastic Four stayed there permanently. Like maybe move them around a little bit so they're not just in this temporary space. But can you imagine if Herbie just randomly showed up in different parts of Tomorrowland and like is whizzing around talking to people?
Actually, yeah.
Like that would be super cool. Like, and I'm not thinking on the cement. I'm like, what if he came out of this like balcony over here, or he's on the stage, or like you could just kind of have him do these unexpected little moments that
Jake the Droid 2.0.
Kind of, yeah.
Which really Jake the Droid was droid testing for Galaxy's Edge, but
yeah, but like that's fine. And I just think he's such a fun little personality, and everybody, I sat and watched him on Sunday. I was working from over there on my lap or iPad, and just so I could watch. And like, it was funny watching how many people just like, a lot of them didn't even get in line to meet with the Fantastic Four, whatever two were out at any given moment, because they were just so enthralled with Herbie. And
I do like the part in the video where it's like, if you want to see Herbie, just come over here.
Yeah, you can just walk up to him. It's great.
I will say, and that maybe I'm stating the obvious here, where they're meeting in front of the old EO building.
Oh yeah.
What's there now? Nothing.
So what would you like to be there?
Put a character meet and greet.
Oh, like rip it out and
rip it out.
You could make it their new house of the future and make that would be pretty cool. And you could even make it interactive because we already know the floor moves.
It's true. So like if the thing does something, the floor moves. Anyway, all of this to say, please fix Tomorrowland. Please.
Hopefully it does well and it inspires them to do more.
I would love retrofuturism.
Yeah, I think it'd be great. All right. We also learned this last week. It's hard to believe so much has happened in the last week, but we got the news for what's going on at the Disneyland Resort for the holidays. There's a lot. We're not going to get into all of it tonight. It's too early. Just know it's there. Know it's coming. And the one thing we are going to talk about is what's new every year now. Mickey and Minnie's outfits. And so we have got a new first look. If it pops up, there we go, at what Mickey and Minnie will be wearing. It reminds me very much of wrapping paper, and it's very happy. What do you think of it?
I like it. I do.
I love Mickey's jacket.
Yeah. You know what? You know what Mickey's outfit reminds me of? The episode of The Office where Michael wants to do like adult Christmas and he's in like that burgundy like smoking jacket, and that's kind of what this reminds me of.
Okay. Other than it's reversed because the burgundy's on his pants.
Yeah, but I like it. I think that they both look super cute. I
kind of think they're getting better each year.
I think so too, but the thing that is the burning question in the back of my head is I'm like, at what point do we stop getting a new one every year?
Probably when people stop buying the plush.
Oh, that's valid.
Because I think that's what it's all about. You can also see it's connected to the 70th still too, because they've got the sparkles and Minnie's dress, and like it's got that kind of celebratory thing going on too. So I like how they incorporated, maybe not the exact colors, but the vibe of the 70th has carried across from the summer.
They are indeed celebrating happy.
Yeah, they're going to continue that for another about a year. But I think it's great. I think it'll be fun to see. And it's always fun to get that first reveal and when you actually see the real costumes. And that'll probably be in November. Actually, we'll probably see pictures of them in October. And then we'll get the real face-to-face in November. But super exciting. Can't wait to see them. And the one I should have brought up too is they're doing a new character dining at Storytellers.
I
in the
actually like that
evening.
even more.
That's the Mickey's Christmas Carol theme.
Yeah.
Is it Mickey's Christmas Carol Feast? I think it's called.
So cute.
And Scrooge McDuck. Like, this is the first one where I'm like, oh, I kind of have to go. Like,
what I think is so funny is I'm like, okay, so Mickey's Christmas Carol. Does that, like, you're having a feast? Does that mean at one point, like, somebody is designated as Tiny Tim? Does somebody have to stand up and be like, God bless us, everyone?
And then I was trying to figure out how they would do that as a costume.
Do they have to, like, go to the bathroom for, like, an hour?
I don't know.
Make everybody feel their loss? You know? I'm sorry.
That just got sad.
That's literally the whole point of Christmas Carol.
I know, but this is the feast at the end of it where it's
the feast at the end. I always
Mickey's
think
Christmas Carol feast. Scrooge is there with Mickey's. That means everything's happy.
Yeah, everything's happy.
You're at the wrong part of this story.
Yeah, I was.
I'm like, where are you going with this? There's no way. All right. Clearly, Katie needs to watch the movie again.
No, I'm good with my Muppet Christmas Carol.
It's a cute one, but that one's shorter. I did see that Brian Henson wants the full version of Muppet Christmas Carol to be cleaned up and released. I think that'd be great. All right. Tonight we get to do something that we don't get to talk about very often on Geeks Corner, but I decided we were going to because it's exciting. Because we talk about Muppets a lot.
Mm-hmm.
We don't talk about other puppets a lot. But tonight we're going to talk about other puppets and Star Trek. Never thought this would come out of my mouth. That is right. Season 4 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds are going to have Star Trek puppets made by the Jim Henson Company. Actually, they're already done being made because, well, we don't know that because all we saw was Captain Pike in puppet form. What do you think of this?
I want to know, and this is maybe too practical, I want to know who's puppeteering.
I think that's out there.
Okay.
I feel like I read that
I want to find who's puppeteering.
Yeah.
Mainly because, like, normal people might be like, oh no, just the cast puppeteering, but
a guy from Fraggle Rock is directing it. I'm going to assume it's Jim Henson Company puppeteering.
I would think so.
That's what I think.
But like, puppeteering is really hard, especially doing it on a medium like television.
And you're miming it to somebody else's voice.
Yeah.
That's hard too.
So I don't think that it's the actual Strange New Worlds cast. Just puppeteering.
Oh, of course not.
It'd be hilarious if it was. I'm so excited about this. We've been watching Strange New Worlds. And I'm very obsessed with the fact that it's like, when you were like, oh, it's like a new genre every week, I was like, okay, sure. But it's like legitimately a new genre every week. Like, that's like,
it's an interesting thing because they kind of took what WandaVision did in a way and expanded on it. Whereas WandaVision went through the years and it's like, oh, this decade you had this type of show and this decade. They're literally going through different genres, whether it's horror or musical or now puppetry or like they're hitting everything. It's kind of crazy and it doesn't come off as too contrived.
No.
Like there is one moment in the musical episode where I'm kind of like, all right, that might have gone a little too far. But for the most part, they have an overarching story that's going forward. Everything makes sense. You somewhat believe it. I think Star Trek today is a little bit less believable than Star Trek 30 years ago. But, well, because I think back in the day, they were like, oh, no, this could really happen. And there was a belief that the future could turn out like that. And now I think they've leaned into more storytelling with a, like, wouldn't this be nice?
I think they've leaned more into the fiction than the science.
Yes. I think that's fair, too. But I can't wait to see it. I think it'll be hilarious and it'll be great to see. The other thing we got a look at this weekend, thank you, San Diego Comic-Con, is the first teaser trailer for Starfleet Academy, which will be coming out in 2026. And I loved it.
I'm excited for this one.
I went from very on the fence to like, why are they doing this? I don't actually feel like this needs to be done. Like I was like, oh, watch it. But I kind of wish it was in a different era. I kind of wish it was a different crew, like as opposed to I don't know, the Discovery era. I don't know. I've just
Mhm.
never connected. Like, I think they've gone too far in the future, so it's hard to keep up technologically wise.
Sure.
Like, it just makes it a little bit harder for me to
Connect.
yeah, or believe, I guess.
Mm.
And like there's some technological stuff that I'm just like, I guess by then you could have figured it out, but I don't know why you would need to. That's a whole different show. But this looks like it's getting back into Star Trek roots. It looks like they're really leaning into the history as they're going into the future. There were a ton of Easter eggs. Like there's a wall with names on it that has so many awesome
You should pause it.
characters.
If you know Star
Like,
Trek.
yeah, go on YouTube, watch it, pause it. You'll recognize different. I think they had somebody from just about every series of Star Trek. And even they had people from I don't know if they had Prodigy.
But
they did have Lower Decks.
Lower Decks.
Yeah, there might have been Prodigy now that I'm thinking about it.
And I love Lower Decks.
Need to look closer. And then there's also another really interesting Easter egg that points towards DS9 that's very interesting. I'm very curious to see if that's something that ends up being explored, or is that just a tease? Like there's a lot of interesting things in it. And
I think stuff like this is way more interesting than like the Jedi temple stuff.
I think it's the same but different, but yeah.
Oh, I think this is way more interesting because the Jedi are so like religious and textbooky and very like, you don't do anything with the lightsaber, you have the Force. That's exactly how Star Trek happens.
Okay. Star Wars, you mean?
Yes. Meanwhile, Star Trek I feel like is more like real people going through real things. And so
okay.
I don't know. I'm really excited about this. I think it looks fun.
I think it'll be great fun. I think it's going to be great fun.
Great fun.
Yeah.
I love that.
Also great fun. Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, love.
Comes back September 9th. Has a fantastic cast, it looks like.
Yeah.
Like every year, I'm like, how are they going to pass up last year's cast? And then they do it. Like they keep adding more people. So like this year, we do have Meryl Streep coming back.
Yes.
Great. New people are Logan Lerman, Renee Zellweger, Christopher Waltz, Keegan-Michael Key, Jermaine Fowler, Beanie Feldstein, and then some regulars that are returning. But like that's once again a home run cast.
I'm really excited.
What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. Obviously we have the murder that happened at the end of season 4.
But is that the real murder thing? Or is it somewhere? It's like that starting point.
I don't know. Did I also make up that Jane Lynch was coming back?
I might have seen that somewhere. I just didn't see it in the official thing. So I was like, I don't know. Maybe that's one of those like confirmed but not publicized.
I thought I saw that somewhere, which also I'd be like, how are we going to do this?
Flashbacks.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's a, yeah.
But anyway, I really love this show. Are we getting past the point where like we've been talking about a lot of the suspension of disbelief tonight? Are we getting to the point where we're past that? Yeah, in my opinion, yes.
Is it though? Because if you're doing like what you focus on tends to grow, and what you also focus on, you tend to attract. And so if you're focused on murder,
but a murder a year,
we don't know that it's a year. We just know it's a season.
We know roughly it's a year based off events in the show.
Ish. Yeah, but you know.
That's a lot of murder. Are we not condemning the apartment complex yet?
Mm-mm.
I
don't know.
How many people can keep dying? But also, I don't care because this show isn't supposed to be real. This show has officers that are working with podcasters.
I think at the end of the day, if the story makes sense, which they continue to be ridiculous and still make sense.
They still make sense. Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, as long as it's a good story, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, it'll be fine. Like,
and as long as this season we don't have Paul Rudd doing a really insane Irish accent.
Wouldn't it be funny if they brought him back in a completely different role?
Yes.
Like maybe this time he's I don't know, maybe he's French.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he could be like Lithuanian.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there.
Sure.
Yeah, I think I actually be okay with Paul Rudd. Or if he just does a cameo and he's just walking by and you don't even like
they don't even acknowledge him.
But everybody's like, oh, is that Paul Rudd? Like, I'd be
the other
okay
thing
with that
that's
too.
really funny about Only Murders in the Building is that at any given point, they could also bring character back, and it's just like the actors. They'd be like, "Oh my god, Paul Rudd!"
Yeah,
because they did that with Sting.
Mm-hmm.
They did that with who's the comedian I don't like? What's her face? She was in season 2. The blonde one. I can't think of what her name is, but that one. And they're just like playing them. They're playing characterized or caricatured versions of themselves. But I think it'd be really funny if they brought back Paul Rudd and they're like, it's just Paul Rudd.
And there's no acknowledgement whatsoever. Yeah, that would be funny. Guess we'll wait
Amy
for
Schumer.
another month or so, and then we will be back. All right, finally, we have a new trailer also from Avatar: Fire and Ash. And we both have seen it. You haven't seen the movies yet.
I've seen one.
Oh, you saw one movie. Okay. I've seen both of them.
With you.
They're very long. They're long. What did you think of the trailer for this one? I had an initial thought that was like, done deal.
Okay. I have a thought that probably every single person the loyalists for Avatar don't know if you exist or are watching our show, but
they do. They might be.
Why do these all look the same?
They're all on the same planet.
Why do these all look like the same movie? The story feels the same. They look.
No, I felt it. This one actually felt like the next chapter to me.
They look beautiful.
I thought it looked pretty. I thought it looked like the next chapter. Whereas with the Lord of the Rings, I couldn't wait for the extended version. And I think this one, I would like the abridged. Like, I would say that for all of them, because generally there's some moments I really like in them. I just am like, I would like to get to them quicker. And because I can't sit still that long. And my first thought watching the trailer was like, oh, are we getting a new version of Flight of Passage in Florida?
Oh, yeah.
Because to me, this looked like such a no-brainer of like, oh, you could add another chapter or another version, another whatever, because we're getting the new attraction out here that's going to be based on the second movie. So it seems to me like you either add another experience for Flight of Passage or expand the land in Florida and add another attraction.
I mean, they have the space.
They do have the space. And then see, there's Chris that does want the extended version of Avatar. I think
on specifically Blu-ray 3D.
That'd be fair. I don't have a 3D player or TV, but I would be intrigued with that, but I would need to do it in like segments. Like the second movie I liked because I split it up in like 3 nights or something. Like it's just hard for me to sit still that long.
I think, and this is going to be anybody who this is going to be a funny reference. Anyway, I think the issue with Avatar is that it insists upon itself. It just insists upon itself. Like it is so
it is what it is.
Yeah. That is a reference to this is fun. This is like literally what my everyday life looks like, explaining pop culture. There is a scene in Family Guy and he goes, well, now that we're all gonna die, we should share something that we've been like keeping secret. And he was like, I don't like The Godfather. Lois is like, what do you mean you don't like The Godfather? It's one of the greatest movies of all time. And he goes, it insists upon itself. Which apparently Seth MacFarlane put in because he had a film professor that said something like that about a movie and he thought it was so ridiculous. And he was like, I'm putting this in because that's insane.
That is funny.
But yeah.
All right. It is 9:00, which means it is time for
Comments.
That is right. It is time for comments. If you have any questions or comments that you would like us to respond to, throw them in said comments, and we will do just that.
Or if you'd like to say something to Tiana.
Or if you'd like to say something to Tiana.
She's still here.
She has not forgotten. That is for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I understand why people like Avatar. To me, it's a length thing. Like, I see the complaints and I also see the wins, and I think I'm kind of stuck in the middle of like it is such phenomenal world building. And as I was watching the trailer, I was thinking, like, is this this generation's Lord of the Rings or Star Wars or something? Like, just because it's not for me. Like, Lord of the Rings is almost impossible to replace, but or to overcome. But I did have that thought of like, is that the one where like that's where you're really at?
What year did the first Lord of the Rings come out? Fellowship of the Ring came out in 2001.
Yeah. So 20 years. That's about a generation.
Avatar came out in 2009.
Mm-hmm.
The first one.
Yeah.
That would mean that we are currently in the 2017 levels of Lord of the Rings hype.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's accurate. To be honest, when I watched the trailer for Way of Water, I was like, meh. Then I saw the new trailer and I was like, okay, I'll pay to see that.
Yeah, I think the releases are thought out, and I like I almost would like to read the book of each of them. Like, I think that would be a very interesting. It'd be a long book, because if you think the movie's long, the book would be like, honestly, it'd be like the Lord of the Rings, where you get that massive thing with all the extra songs and poetry and all that fun stuff, and I'd be okay with that. But no, I'm very curious about it, and the fact that there's the 5-movie plan, I think, is very fascinating. And Cameron said just today, I think, or yesterday, that he's like, well, I'm healthy, I think I'll direct all 5 if I can, which it had sounded like he was gonna pass the baton, I guess you could say, but now it sounds like he's enjoying it and continuing to build on them. So I think I don't know, I think it's interesting to watch it play out, and I'll be curious to see. I like to see the more of the world than just one spot. And okay. there were some nods in the movie or in the trailer towards the new movie that I was like, oh, that looks interesting. Clearly, even the worlds we've seen have already changed quite a bit. Oh, there's comics. That's cool. That makes sense. That's a lot of comics, I bet. Wow. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see.
No, they have not filmed all 5.
No.
He has written all 5.
I don't even know if he's written all 5. I think he just has a general idea of where they're going.
This might be a George R.R. Martin Game of Thrones situation.
Who knows? Like, my question is, does this become a $2 billion movie also?
Probably.
Yeah. I don't know how, but it will.
Punky, Grandma was just asking where you were, honey bun. It's like you could hear her.
You made it. Any other comments?
I just think
he's got comments.
I just think it's really funny that I literally just got a text asking where he was because Tiana looked too happy. And then he goes, "I'm more here, Mom. What do you think about Avatar? Do you want to go on Flight of Passage? I think you would like Navi River Journey. I think you'd have a lot of fun."
There you go.
You go.
Chris says nothing will reach 2019 MCU film heights in terms of. I wouldn't think so, but then you never know. Like, Way of Water really surprised me. So I don't know. Like, there's something that just grabs people about Avatar, and
it's very cinematic, and it's something you want to experience in theaters.
Yeah, like it is one that I think does pull people in, and but none of the movies are doing as good as they used to do. And then you have to wonder, is that because they're not as good of movies, or is it people just don't want to go to theaters anymore? So it'll be very interesting to see what the numbers are for.
Which, as we were talking about in the Patreon pre-show, sometimes you just don't want to go to theaters.
True.
Because of
True.
Post-COVID.
All right, we're running out of time, Katie. What should people do?
You should go to dapsmagic.com. You should check out all the Disney and geek news as it happens. You should subscribe to our mailing list. And then also find us on Patreon at patreon.com/dapsmagic. We've got something in the works cooking.
Might be coming soon.
I think you might want to be around for.
Yep, might be making some changes. Could be a lot of fun. Also, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You don't want to miss any of the videos we have going up. We've got more from Japan going up. We've got more from Disneyland going up. And soon we'll have Halloween. Along with some other
in like
surprises.
less than a month.
That is true. But that is all the time we have for you this week. So we will see you around the corner.
Bye.